right, everyone. Welcome to the Dash to Diamond call. So this call is going to be maybe a little bit different from previous calls, and I don't really know if it's so much a training as it's something that I feel like you guys should. I mean, I guess at some level I'm going to educate you somewhat, but more I want to help you to be aware of some things, that I wasn't aware of maybe in the beginning of my business that I learned probably towards the end of last year, like when I was going for 5-star, I was right at the end of the year. I started to become aware of different ways to grow the business. And I thought it would be best if you guys had a little bit of more clarity on that so that you're more prepared to build your business. So basically, I called the topic, what motivates you? Because I think it's really important to start to identify what you're motivated by. You may have heard us talk about someone being motivated by money or being motivated by recognition. I know that I was thinking about these things and help in terms of motivating my own coaches towards their learning goals. If you incentivize them with a gift, like a t-shirt, for some people that gift is more exciting than getting a $50 gift card or cash. And somebody who just wants to see their name on the leaderboard. So it's helpful. I'm going to mute just for a second. But I do want this to be more of a discussion because I don't know that there's really, I think this is going to invite a lot of questions. It's going to bring up a lot of questions in your head. And I want you to feel free to chime in, raise your hand, get my attention, unmute yourself and ask. So I started to realize toward the end of last year that maybe rank doesn't always mean income, doesn't always mean recognition. And I became aware of this because I was working with a coach who's been in business for about 4 years, and she was a 7-star diamond, and she was, seasoned in this stuff. And she was, helping me, giving me tips towards elite, because that was my goal at the end of last year, was to get to elite. And I knew elite's where you wanted to be, and 15 stars where you want to be. And I still want to do those things. Not saying I don't. But what I was learning from her is that doesn't always mean money. And she decided that she wasn't going to go for elite because she wanted to build her husband because it was going to grow their income more. And so I started to want to learn more about this so that I could advise my coaches. Now, that being said, I do get a lot of questions from you guys on placement. And I'm always my disclaimer out there, there's so many factors involved. Obviously, we never know what a coach is going to do when it comes to, but I mean, your place within a downline, and then your goals, your specific goals, which you're motivated by, because we're all motivated by money at some level. We all want recognition. We all want gifts. I mean, we all love that stuff. But I think when you really know what really lights you up, you can work towards that. I think I'm more motivated to work hard when I know what I'm shooting for. All I knew was climb the ranks at the beginning, though. That's what you do. Okay, I'm going to go. But now I'm, changing my, I'm thinking more about what motivates me, and I'm shifting my directions because now I have an awareness. And that's what this is supposed to be, more of an awareness for you rather than I can tell you what to do, because I can't necessarily. And I hope to provide you more clarity, but I might leave you a little bit more confused because you may not know what you're motivated by. For example, and I think Andrea will not mind me using her as an example because she says it all the time. She's very motivated by recognition. She likes the shout outs. She likes, the images, she loves it. That gets her excited. I've said before, I love access. I love gifts. So rather than getting the bonus, I love getting that guitar. I loved getting in the front of the line at, the summit work this core. Those are kind of things that, I like. It's like a VIP treatment. So I shot for elite. So what I'm going to start with what you guys as budding diamonds or, new diamonds might want to think about at this point. And then I'll talk a little bit further more about what you might consider beyond achieving diamond or becoming a, star diamond. So let's talk about, obviously diamond is they say, you'll hear some leaders say diamond is really the beginning of your business. It really is. It's really the platform, the foundation from which to grow a real business. You got to get there to start any kind of, real success in the business. So that's kind of like an understanding. You have to at least hit diamond. And here's why. At each rank, you are capped at a certain level of income, or a certain level of, you can receive infinite commission if you sell infinite Shakeology, right? So you're never capped as far as you can sell stuff. You're capped as far as what your team cycle bonus. So at the Emerald rank, you're capped at $250 a week. So if you never rank advance, but the volume below you still keeps growing, sorry, if you hit 250, you're not going to make more than that. Beachbody's not going to let you because you haven't rank advanced. Now, I don't think any of you are at that risk yet because but there are coaches, there are teams where there's just that kind of volume going down. So that's the minimum. You're all beyond Emerald. Most of you way beyond Emerald. I want to say, and I can't say this for certain, but I want to say the diamond cap per week is around 1,000. I don't know. It could be less. I know all of you are like, I'd love to make 1,000 a week. Yeah. That may not seem like a big deal. I'm sure I'll, beat the rank before that I get there. Well, don't be so sure, because I actually know a few coaches who they've just joined established teams with established volume, because that's the team volume. That's not just the volume you're creating. That's the team volume. So, that means if you have a coach on your left leg that's doing some awesome work, and then you're on, say, my strong leg or your upline strong leg, then you might want to think about that. You might want to think about, okay, I've got to get to diamond so that I can beat that cap. I don't think any of you are there yet, but that's not something that I was even aware of. So maybe this is news to you. Yes, you're capped at ranks. And then it goes up like 2-star, you're capped at 2,000 a week. 3-star, you're capped at 3,000 a week. Something like that. Most of us aren't even considering that, but just know that, because our team is growing at a pace that I can't even believe. Seriously, when I'm looking at the team volume, I've been doing minimal work, let's just say, for a month, and you guys are just crushing it. My volume, it's almost doubled in a past. That's insane. So our team is really rolling, and this may not be a concern to you now, but it's going to happen on our team. It's going to happen when people join this team, and there's just a ton of volume they can't even keep up with. So just know, you might want to, just keep this in mind for your team when you're helping them grow their business. So that's number one that you need to know now, is you're capped at your rank. So that's when rank advancement matters for money, is that you're capped. Here's the other thing to consider if you're more motivated by money than rank. I think a lot of us tend to be really excited to get our names on a leaderboard or to get that Success Club 5 and have that. I know I do. I want all that. We want to hit Success Club 5 or Success Club 10 and have that acknowledged. And Beachbody does, they give you a nice, pretty, trophy for hitting Success Club 5 All-Star Legend, and 10 Legend and all that, and you get your name on boards. That's good. But here's something that you may not know. If you care more about the money than, say, hitting Success Club 10, you might be considering putting volume under your spouse, if your spouse is on your business center, which I think most of you, your spouse is, because you're going to make more money if you do Success Club 5 in your business center, 5 on your husband, or 5+, the rest of your volume, the rest of your challenge pack sales. Yeah, you may not make it as high on a leaderboard. Beachbody may not put you on their Success Club 10 All-Star list. Do you care? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. And there's no right or wrong answer for that. I think you should just know that if you want to maximize your income, putting volume under your spouse or, you know, have like a family member that you have signed up is going to, and maybe this is news to some of you, but when you sell under your spouse, you double dip in the volume because you're both using that volume. So you're making more money on anything, you know? So just be aware of that. You're going to make more money putting more into your spouse than keeping all that for yourself. And then but you might have your name on a leaderboard. And something also to know is that's the other reason why 2-star is such a big goal. Because when you hit 2-star, this could be news to some of you, which means you have 2 diamonds, 1 on each side. You get to open a second business center. So that's basically so I'm franchise, Megan number 2. And the income of the challenge packs that I sell through that, my retail that I sell through my second business center, I'm double dipping. I'm not just double dipping, I'm triple dipping now because that's under my husband, or it's on that. So I'm getting the income that's coming through, the retail is going through that business center. I'm getting like 3 times bonusing on it. That's why 2-star is such a big goal. If you didn't know why, so like not just that's when the income blows up, 2-star, and that's when it's when it rolls. It's when it snowballs. So keep those things in mind. Why you want to consider retailing. I don't know if you do. I just didn't know any of these things first. So just know that. Here's the other thing that you might want to be aware of at this level where most of you are at is placement of coaches. I didn't have to worry about this so much because I had 0 volume, and it was I was just trying to keep even for Teen Cycle Bonus, but you guys all have a strong leg. Mine were the same, so it was less a concern, but you guys all have a lot of volume or more volume coming down one leg than the other, because you have whatever your upline strong leg is, or whatever whatever leg you are on of your upline, that is going to be your strong leg, meaning that there's volume coming down that you didn't create. So you have to start thinking about placement of where you're going to put your coaches. Now we know that we're trying to get to diamond. We're not super concerned. We need to get our 4 and 4, but I do want you to consider that 2-star is, I'm going to say that's the minimal goal, whether you are motivated by rank, recognition, or money. 2-star is kind of the minimal goal if you're building a career, building I would say that's a minimal goal because of those second business centers. And you can keep opening business centers every time that next business center hits 2-star. So like my second business center is 1-star. And when I hit 2-star, I can open a 3rd business center. Yes, thank you, Sarah. Sarah is my 1 diamond on my second business center. So that's why 2-star is a big, it's like that first, really big deal. I mean, diamond's a huge deal. But when it comes to we're talking about building a career income, 2-star is where it's at. I mean, and you can stay at 2-star and make bank. You can. If you consider to going down and building more business centers and more business centers and more business centers rather than going, hey, 15-star. So I'm probably confusing you more than anything. But I just want you to have an awareness and to explore more than just assume, hey, I want to get on the leaderboard as a top 10, or I want to be recognized by Beachbody on a stage, or I want this bonus. I just want you to have more details so that you don't just assume that Beachbody is saying, 15-star is what you want to do so that you can really make it. Because there are millionaires who are lower than me in rank, no doubt. People making way more income than me. That for example, Danielle Natoni, Fit and Funky, she's a 9-star, but she has 4 business centers, and she just made the Millionaire Club. because she's going down, she's going deep. Now, when I hit 5-star, I didn't have a clue. I was putting all my coaches under my first business center. Even when I opened that second business center, I was putting a ton of coaches thinking, oh, I need to continue to rank advance while building my second business center. But I started to become educated, like, well, hey, Megan, at least probably the best goal for you now as far as, money, but you might want to consider next year, building your husband if you want to earn this kind of income. So it just opened my eyes. I'm not going to say that I know the answer for you. So if you come to me, I will help you look at your business center, look at your business, look at where your spouse is placed, and, kind of make some suggestions, but I'm also not motivated by the same things you are. So, there's no right answer. So when I talked about placement, what I mean is if you have a strong leg with a lot of volume, to maximize income, you want to put your volume down the other leg to capitalize on that strong leg. But you want to make sure that you have at least one business builder on each leg that you think you can help get to diamond. However, if you want to hit 5-star, you have to balance them. It has to be 2 and 3. It can't be 1 and 4. Do you know what I mean? So that's where it gets tricky. When you have to decide, do I want to capitalize on this team volume and make more money, or do I want to hit 5-star and have an opportunity at elite? So like I said, that was why it was easy for me, because I could just balance. But the rest of you, it's another, you have to think about that. I mean, that's still an advantage to you because you get in volume, that, was from other people. So you're still at an advantage, but you just have a different decision to make. And I just want you to have that information and never feel like, oh my gosh, if I had just done this, I would be making more money. Why didn't I know this? Why didn't anyone ever tell me that? So this may not change the way you do your business, but I do want you to have those tools. So I know that I'm missing some things that I wanted to talk about. But I know your heads are probably spinning. So if you want to talk about some specific questions or maybe your own personal situation. I know. Okay, I'll address this. Spouse placement. If you haven't placed your spouse, I mean, most of you have. There's 2 different directions you could go. I feel like I may have advised strong leg in the beginning for my coaches, but now I don't know if that's the best, depending on the person and their type of coach they are. That's why I now send everybody to Lindsay Matway's spouse placement video, because I never want to advise. It's totally, totally individual. So, okay. Yes. Now I'm going to open this up, and I want you guys to ask questions. Please. And I'll do my best.
Hey, I'll ask a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hey, Stacey.
Hey, I somewhat understand what you were saying about the placement and like maximizing your income and stuff, and opening the business centers and stuff like that. Kind of, I'm still kind of confuses me a little bit. Is there anything like in the file section, or can you put anything in there? Like is that a visual? You can see exactly what it is, because even though I was jotting down some of the stuff, like there's no way I'm gonna remember all of that, like in the future. You know what I mean?
What was your question specifically? I'm sorry.
Is there anything that like you can see, like a visual, like?
I think if you go to YouTube, I know some coaches have really broken this down much better than me. What you'll tend to see is that you might think that this company is monopolized by women, but that's not the case. That's because women tend to be the ones on social media, and they like a little bit more of the glitz and the glamour and the recognition, and the dudes, they want the cash. I mean, this is a generalization, obviously, but there's a ton of men who are killing it in this business, but they don't care to make the leaderboards, to make the wake up calls as much, that's not their goal. That's not their end goal. And I see them all now in the wall, which is the 5-star and above, whatever Facebook group. I mean, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many millionaires on that wall that you've never heard their name because they are doing it in a different way. So there's a lot of those men who are very logistic and they do the visuals and the graphics. They think more that way. You'll see more of their videos on YouTube if you go and search it. I see a lot of those guys do those videos because they think more numbers and I hate to generalize. That's not fair. But I'm not that. I'm totally the stereotypical girl. I don't care about the numbers. But you'll find that you can search there. I don't want to have the specific. That's not true. Someone has sent me a link from Jason Dybel. Jason Dybel's the guy who did the coachingcodes.com website that we all thank the Lord for Jason Dybel, because I love that site and it's a blessing to us all. But he does something. He's all about that. He's all about, I think he's 8-star and he's killing it. He's just killing it because and he says this, if I happen to make 10-star, 15-star organically, excellent, but I'm going deep, and he's making, so he has search YouTube for his name and you might pull up some good stuff.
What's his last name?
Dybel, Diebold.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Megan, can I ask you this? I know that you go for Success Club 10 in your first business center every month, at least. Do you then run all sales through your second business center? Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no reason not to run all sales.
Okay.
Because if I ever want to make a decision as far as a coach placement, I can move him to my first or my husband or, but as far as sales, there's really no reason not to, because all your Success Club points roll up to your first anyway. There's zero reason to not run sales through your second business center.
Okay. So you go for 10, just 10, or do you go 12 just in case someone returns something? Or do you not even care anymore?
Yeah, I go for 10. And I have not, for 10. Now, it's only because my second business center is the best place for me to run anything. Now, when I didn't have that, and I suppose I could have ran, like I was suggesting to some people that may just not care about the leaderboard and the whatever, just running through my husband. But now that my second business center is under him too, that's it makes the most sense for all purposes to run it through that. But I do it for 10.
Okay. Thanks.
Megan, I heard you say something about your Success Club points and your second business center all run up to your first anyway. What does that mean?
That just means any Success Club points that are earned in my first or second are recognized in my first business center. I just say, I don't know if that's the right word, they roll up to it. You can't earn Success Club in your second business center. If I go to my second business center login, so just so you know, when you are able to open up a second business center, you have to create a second email account. It has its own login, just like your first business center does. And my husband's, it's a third account that I have to log into. So if I go in there and I've sold all my challenge packs through there, it still says 0 in that qualifications spot because they all show up. And if I open up my first business center, I'll see all of my points in that one spot, even though I know that pretty much every single one of them were earned through my second business center.
So do you end up you don't get additional Success Club customer leads through that second business center?
That's a good question. I don't really know how that works. I'm not, I wonder. It's a good question. I'm not sure how that part works because I have not concerned myself with that part of it. I don't know. I'm not sure.
So you're saying you put 10 in your first, and then let's say you get 15 more points in your second. That rolls up to your first. So it says you have 25 points in your first CBC.
Yeah. Yeah. When I log into my first business center and I see, I have 15 right now. I don't really know where they came from right now. I have to go into my orders.
But it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It makes more sense for me to put, I think.
Everything.
I think I have 14 of the 15 in my second business center, only because, yeah. Yep.
Okay, so your second business center counts towards your Success Club points. So you can put all your sales.
That's what I mean. I put
Okay.
retail for
I
myself.
understand that.
Okay. I'm triple dipping. It's awesome.
Okay, good.
Hey, Meg.
Yes.
Elite. What is Elite and why do you want to shoot for it?
Okay, good question. Elite, so here are the qualifications for Elite. You have to be 5-star diamond at the end of the year. It is earned annually, so you earn it for the year. So you can't actually achieve it until the end. So I am Elite 2014. In order for me to be Elite 2015, I have to be at least 5-star and to have advanced 2 diamonds within that year. So if I hit 7-star, or it could even be a diamond in my second business center. So any of those count. Advanced 2 diamonds, at least 5-star total, and you have to earn a certain number of elite points. And there are 3 ways to earn elite points. That's by helping your coaches hit Success Club, your coaches that have joined within this year and the previous year. Then you get points for that. You get points for your ATV. Your ATV is your total team volume for your first 3 levels, meaning my coach, my coach's coach, and my coach's coach's coach. So, last year, that's pretty much all the levels I had. So it was all my team volume. Now I have coaches who have coaches. So their volume won't count towards my elite points. So your ATV is your first 3 levels, your entire team volume for those 3 levels. So that's your second way you can earn a point. And then the third is for the volume created by your current year coaches. So my 2015 coaches, those coaches who joined this year, for every 500 PV created by them, I get a point. So they've bumped up the qualifications this year. So I have to hit 135 points this year. It was 125 last year. So they're recognizing you for rank advancing to at least 5-star, and then continuing to move your business forward that year. So I can't just be a 5-star. I had to do my 2 this year, and then they're helping you. They're recognizing you for leadership, for leading your team to Success Club, and for leading your team to grow a volume. So it's rewarding coaches for continuing to build their business. So you might have a lot of coaches who are very well established. Say like a Tracy Morrow. Clearly, the woman is super extraordinarily successful. She did not hit elite last year because she didn't care. She didn't need to, she was premier, but she didn't, that must have meant she didn't advance any, at least 2 diamonds last year. So it's a way of rewarding coaches for continuing to grow their business. Does that make sense? Your other question was, why do I want it? Okay. I wanted it because I liked the bonus attached to it. There's $500 a month as long as you hit Success Club. So that's a $6,000 raise in a year. And I like all the stuff. I love the free sneak peeks on the workouts. I love getting the free performance line, before people. I love, and here's the reason why I love it. I like it because it's really a team. I really consider it a team award because that is showing what's happening within your team. And when I get the free performance line or the boosts free, or when I get access, that gives you guys information that other teams don't have the luxury of having. Do you know what I mean? So it really feels like we're elite. It feels like we're VIP. It feels like we're special, that we get access to these things and we get to, so that's what I like. That's why I wanted to do it. What else? Oh, you get free stuff at like Summit. They treat you pretty good. They give me free gifts at, I got a big gift bag at Cancun, and they gave me some free stuff at Summit. You saw the guitar, access to the front of the line of the core, front row, you get special seating. I mean, they treat you like royalty because they want people to continue to grow the business. They want leaders to continue to lead and not just rest on their volume. Because I really could, you know, I mean, I'm not saying I could, but like Tracy Morrow, for example, they've built crazy, ridiculous volume downlines, right? She could sit and do zero and make millions of dollars. She could, and she might, and why not if you can? But they don't want, you know, they want to encourage you to continue to lead and grow. So does that make sense?
It does. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah.
So right now I'm trying to build my mom to diamond, and I only have 2 coaches under her right now. But do you think it's better, and you kind of know my situation, do you think it's better for me to wait till I'm 2-star and then build a second business center under my own name, or build her to diamond right now?
That's one of those that I can't really say because I don't really know. I'm kind of in a similar position because I have my dad that I'm trying to, you know, grow. There's not a good answer to that, I don't think, because if you feel like you might hit 2-star organically, reasonably soon, then maybe not, you know? But if you think you can getting her to diamond would get you quicker to that goal of opening a second business center, then yes, I would say.
I think that someone on my team is going to hit diamond on that leg before I do. You know what I mean? But I also don't know if I want to give coaches to her, right, if I should be building. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, yeah, no, I hear you. But if you don't have that second business center open now, then maybe you could. Because, you know, if elite is ultimately a goal for you at some point, then, you know, you need those diamonds.
Yeah.
So that's one of those that it's hard to say. Like I know some of these coaches who really talk about these teams that really, there are teams that really lead their teams towards volume and opening more business centers. You know, they will say, beyond like 2 and 5-star, it's so hard to, you know, for diamonds to stay diamonds, that it's more, they feel like it's more, they're more likely to make more money by building down than trying to grow diamonds to get the bonus, because there's some huge bonuses attached to, you know, 10-star, 15-star. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. Oh my gosh, if I can hit 10-star, then I get that $14,000 bonus every quarter. That's a, you know, crazy $50,000 raise, you know. But, you know, the way they feel is keeping 10 diamond is hard. So first, you know, because you have to hold it for 6 weeks. The way that it works is you actually have to hold, those diamonds would have to hold consecutively for 6 weeks simultaneously. That's no small feat. Why not build those diamonds down and just grow the you know. So that's what those coaches, many of those coaches train their teams to do, and they do with success. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I believe, and I think it makes a ton of sense, and it's something that I'm considering. However, I feel like I'm a better, as far as a leader, I'm not as much good at teaching sales and teaching retail as I am with teaching leadership, or I think I can grow diamonds better than I can grow salespeople. Does that make sense? Personally, me as a leader, I don't see myself teaching people how to sell stuff, but a lot of the teams, they do, and they are very good at it. So that's why I kind of try to toggle between the two. Mm-hmm. That's so just personal and individual to me. And you guys will all find yourself at different places on that spectrum.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Good questions. Anybody else have questions? Who's more confused? Anybody's more confused now? Yay, sorry.
I'm still trying to get to diamond, and I'm like still confused where to place coaches. This is like a lot of information.
No, I know. Well, here's what I want you to know now, if you're still trying to get to diamond, is consider when you're placing coaches on your right or left leg that you're not. So we'll use Stacy, for example. Your strong leg is your right leg because you've got a lot of volume coming down from mine. You're on my second business center and you have a lot of volume on your right. You put your husband on your right, so he's gonna double dip. Awesome. So my advice to you is don't put more strong business builders on your right. Put them on your left for two reasons. It's going to maximize your income, and it's going to give you a better chance at hitting diamond and then hitting 2-star diamond to have that strong, leader on the left to balance. So as far as just right now, what do you need to know? When you add a coach that is going to do something with the business, we're going to probably try to shoot for adding them on your left. That will help you all the way around.
Right. Okay. I can do that.
Yeah. And then beyond that, we can talk,
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody else? We have less than a minute. So if you have any questions, post them in the page. I hope this was valuable. I just wanted to make sure you knew before I did, and were able to look for the tools, even if you don't have them from this call. You knew to look for them to grow your business. Okay, guys, before I get cut off, good night, and anything else, add it to the group. All right, thanks.